yourself for invasion. This is Indie Invasion.
What's up, guys?
Hello. We missed last week. We've got computer problems all over the place.
You have only one camera. What happened to your extra camera?
Oh, I'll bring it up in a second.
Bring it up later?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll bring it up. Let's see.
Give it a
So
couple
sorry.
seconds for people to jump in. Yes, computer problems all around. Of course. It looks like we got Facebook to work, huh?
Yeah, for whatever reason, it went ahead and logged on.
I think it was me. I think it was my computer. That was the
Maybe.
the pre-warning of that your computer is gonna crash on you.
Yeah, it was like, hey, your computer sucks, get a new one, that kind of thing. So we're streaming to the Twisted channel tonight too. I don't have a whole lot of Twisted stuff that I'm painting tonight. But actually I don't have any. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna go with some Burrows and Badgers, maybe. And I also have some 54 mil Inquisitor stuff that I printed up a little while ago that just to kind of mix it up. I think I'm going to work on that. What are you working on there?
I am working on
Mr. Mailman?
I got some bozos going. I did a little bit of cleaning on the desk here, and so I can focus. And I'm going to work some more on some bozos. I put together some of the other ones.
Bozos. So
we will see how that goes. Cool. But yes, tonight, guys, is a bonus hobby hangout night.
Bonus hobby hangout. That's right.
Hopefully you guys can work along with us, and we're just going to hang out, chit chat, hang out kind of like the old days. That's what I was thinking when we were talking about this. Let's just kind of chill out and just work on some stuff. Kind of miss those days where we would just show up online. There's like 10 of us, and it would be on all day. It's like, oh, you got to go eat? Okay, I'll just leave my camera on.
Yeah.
You can stare at my wall.
That's right. That's right. Make sure your camera's pointed at something cool, like some miniatures or something, so you can look at those. Try to zoom in and read everything. I did a little bit of stuff today. I made myself a new little couple drawers for my paints. Okay. So I can just slide them in and out, and I can take the drawers out and use them as needed. So if you're just jumping on, say hello. And if you got anything to work on, just join on in. So I'm actually going to put my second camera down. Okay.
I wanted to check to make sure because it was quiet, but we are on.
All right. I'm going to move that little leg out of the way there so that that's not in the way.
That looks so official.
There we go. Oh, look at that. That's snazzy right there.
We almost look like we know what we're doing.
Well, let's not get carried away there thinking that we know what we're doing here. All right, so let's see what I got going on here. Let me get a little bit more light. I can't have my second light on while I got it on my face because my bald head shines too much when I do that. So I got a few things. I've got some 54 mil. Where's my little remote? There it is. Let's see. I think I'm zoomed in all the way.
Okay. I am going to get rid of this because as soon as I move, all you're going to see is the background here.
There you go. So I got some 54 mil Inquisitor models that I printed up that I've been working on. I'm just slapping some paint on them. Mostly finished up my little Mordian Iron Guardsman there. Little sergeant. I thought he was pretty cool, so I printed him. And most of these were just, I can't remember who they were from. It's a guy that does stuff for the 40K universe, and I just scaled it up. So so Seth, if you watch this one, we can scale up your orcs too and have them do them in 54 mil. So yeah, I think I'm working on them, and then I've got a few Burrows and Badgers guys that
are those ones you printed out because you printed out those couple.
Yeah, well, actually, I printed out a whole bunch. I found a whole bunch because I found some really cute ones. that cracked me up. Like this is a hamster monk that I just thought was hilarious, little hamster monk. And then we've got this technically is a grung from D&D, but he's a good frog, little frog barbarian, and then a little frog druid with a little toad on the base right there. I thought that was a nice little touch. All I have to do with those guys though is I have to flock their bases.
Do we have?
So I'm going to do that. I got to get some flock out here. I bought this really cheap stuff. It's actually technically static grass, but I didn't like it. It was super cheap static grass. And I ended up liking it a little bit for what I could do with it. So what I ended up doing was, you can see it on the base of this guy, is I put the static grass on and it was just way too green. And so after it all dried, I put glue on it again, and then I put it in regular turf, and it looked really good because it's super green.
That is really green. That's like old school,
Yeah, it's like goblin green.
Yeah.
So I'm not actually ready to flock my monk because I have another little piece. Oh, I hear some jams. Are we doing jams?
Trying to adjust it so there's something in the background from when me and you start licking the paintbrush and really focusing.
There's some jams.
There we go. Yeah, I'm playing around right now. It's been a while since I've actually played with a lot of our features here, and
yeah.
If you guys are watching, please hit that like button.
One of the things we've been talking about is revisiting some format stuff. So be on the lookout for maybe some new things coming up. That's part of the reason we're doing a hobby night tonight as we kind of revamp some stuff.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking about moving back downstairs, and I have to tear the basement apart to do that, though. That's the thing for my idea that I want to like rearrange down there. But man,
do it.
What rabbit hole am I going to open? That's the problem.
Oh,
All right, I got to decide here. What's a good dirty white color? Pale yellow, or what's this one? Bright ivory. They're both kind of
bright ivory. I'm a bright ivory on that.
You think that's good for that?
Yeah, that's what I like.
A dirty yellow or a dirty white? Because I think this guy, I painted the shirt this pale yellow, and then his socks, I think, are the bright ivory, but they're not, white. And I think if I do some kind of a wash to it, that'll help with that. Okay, so not a pale yellow. That's a little too yellow.
So I put this static grass on, and then I have to go back and trim it because it's super long too. And I go back and trim it, and then put the other stuff on it. But if Alder gets around to watching this video, look at all this stuff I printed for burros and badgers.
Holy cow!
I know, right?
Hold on.
I got hedgehogs.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make him so happy.
I got koala bears with.
Oh my god, a koala bear!
I got some sweet moles.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, this one's cool. I got a hedgehog with a slingshot.
That's funny. No badgers?
I found some badgers, but I didn't print any because I have several badgers.
Okay. They're usually pretty big too.
I like this one, the duck sellsword. Now I'm gonna paint him like Daffy Duck. You
could do Daffy, you could do Donald.
Listen, I got it covered, man. Look, I got a noble duck.
Oh my god.
So that could be like somebody else. I actually have multiple ducks. And of course, since I have the files and Hello 3D printer, You know, what's the saying these days? 3D printer go burr. That's how it works, man. So I got to do a little bit more color and eyes on my hamster here. Let's see.
I like your camera views. That's why I need another camera so I can get all fancy like that. And then you guys don't have to stare at my yellowish generic camera on the monitor.
Well, like I said, except for the one zoom camera that I have, they're just inexpensive ones from Walmart. I think I paid $20 for them, and I'm no doubt I could do better, but you know.
Okay, so since
with all the money we rake in on the YouTube channel, you know. and
Redbubble, thank you. And
yeah, I don't get any. We don't get any money from Redbubble unless Eric and I buy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. Ron and Todd are our big purchasers there, so shout out to those guys.
Yeah, I think the last time I was talking to Ron online, he had one of our shirts on. And I was like, "Hey, nice shirt." All right, so since I started working on him earlier, I'm just gonna finish off his 2 balloons here, and maybe use that off-white, and then I don't know.
99 red balloons. That's what you need.
I was gonna work on this guy.
Oh, I like him. I really enjoyed that game, and I'll tell you, at Alan's store, that game seems to be picking up quite a following.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, it seems to be doing well. I think they've been having nights of it, which is great because it's a super fun game. I really liked it.
Yeah, my one local store, like local that I used to go to play Keyforge and all that. The only miniature games they really play there anymore are I don't even think they do X-Wing anymore. I think they still do the other Star Wars games.
Armada, the space ones, or the
Armada they still do because that's still pretty popular, and then just the skirmish ones that they have. Well, the new one anyway.
Legion.
Yeah.
Oh, Shatterpoint.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think once in a while some people go in there and play Warhammer, but that's all I ever see in there. So
all right, my hamster has eyeballs now.
I don't even know what people are playing in the area anymore when it comes to miniature games. I knew Moonstone was one for a while at my other store I used to go to.
Really? Moonstone got going?
Yeah, somebody like championed this there.
That's good.
Yeah, I think they got a bunch of stuff from the Kickstarter and.
So that's awesome. I love the models for Moonstone, but I don't have any.
I built all the ones I got from the starter set, but I don't think I've painted any yet. And I want to because the little goblins are hilarious looking.
Oh, yeah. There's some funny models. All righty, let's see.
And they do have a big giant jackalope I got to get.
Oh, did you? Oh, you don't have it?
I don't have them, no.
Well, I thought you did.
No, I never got them. I think part of it was I had enough models, so I was just like, yeah, he's just going to sit. So I kind of knew what was going to happen.
Enough models. That's an interesting phrase.
Enough to work on. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Let me tell you, that phrase goes right out the window when you buy your 3D printer. So do have a slight twisted update from the Discord.
Okay.
Derek mentioned in there that it's just slow going having the product come over from Australia.
Yeah, he's still waiting for the product to come over.
Yeah, so that's slow going. However, he does have some stuff in hand that is getting scanned into digital.
Oh, okay.
So that's good. So that's a step in a good step. And then also, I think the things, and I haven't talked to Eric about this, but here I am talking to you about it right now, is to get Derek on and talk to him about the direction of Twisted, and what that looks like,
what his plans are and stuff like that.
Yep, just kind of, making little waves. That's all, just making little waves. So I decided, since I'm printing my big manor house, that's part of the reason I printed the Duck Lord, and I've got some pig soldiers that I might put a little bit of paint on tonight, and my Duck Knight, and a couple of dog knights. Not the bulldog. I've got a schnauzer, and I printed the schnauzer at a smaller scale and painted him up like a Yorkie. So he's very tiny. Very tiny, but very, very vicious. And he's a Yorkie, so he only likes one person. I don't know who that is yet, but he only likes one person. Sort of based him on my aunt's Yorkie, who only liked her.
That's usually the way it goes, right?
Yeah, doesn't like anybody else. So that's who the Yorkie's based off of.
There, chill music came in handy right there. We both got quiet.
Yeah, I can't even hear the chill music.
It's pretty quiet. I got it only set at like 20%.
All right, let me see if my pigs are ready. I'll show my pigs. Oh yeah.
Okay, I gotta change brushes. That's part of my problem right now. Is it's too small.
So we got the pig soldier with his couple arrows sticking in his shield there.
Oh, okay, I like that.
The pig spearman. And then this guy's cool.
They look chunky. I like
Tortoise Knight. Well, those ones are. Some of them have a thinner vibe to them, but these particular ones, it kind of makes sense that the pig and the tortoise is a little on the thick side,
Yeah.
Now I have to decide what heraldry I want them to have, what color heraldry.
Oh yeah.
Since I'm gonna tie them together in a theme.
I don't think I mixed this, or I watered it down too much. Dang it. I think I watered it too much. And this brush is not working. It's got a couple stray ones. Let's get rid of this one so I don't use it again.
I'm actually doing what you were talking about getting back to doing, is I'm just blocking in colors.
Yeah.
I'm very sloppy when I block in colors. I don't worry too much about getting paint on other stuff.
It's hard for me to do that. I don't know.
Well, because I know I'm going to come back over it. I've got other colors to do. So it just speeds up the process for me.
A lot of it for me is the right brush. If I am not using the right brush, or it's a kind of beat up brush, it slows me down because I get frustrated.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I'm never using the right brush. So
I tend to use brushes a little too long, and I think I just need to throw them away. Get rid of them.
I periodically throw mine away, but I'm sure I use mine too long as well. But like for the armor on this guy, I'm just super sloppy because I know I have to go back and I have to do all the heraldry, and I have to do all the cloth. And so on whatever my biggest color is, I'm sloppy because it doesn't matter to me. The good painters out there, I'm sure it matters too. And I do not mean to impugn your painting style out there, good painters.
You're more about let's just get some color on there. Let's get it going. Feel like you made progress, and you don't mind having to go and tweak it.
No, I don't. And there are a few that I take my time on and do a good job on. I mean, not that my regular dudes don't look okay.
Yeah, I think I kind of needed a night like this with just chilling and painting. It's been a while. That I could shut the brain off and just kind of. And I'm not trying to be like super careful in painting. I'm just getting some paint down.
There you go.
That's the nice thing sometimes about the hobby, you know. Don't try to do what somebody else is doing. Just do you.
All right, I hear a little bit of the jazz in the back.
The little jazzy jazz.
I like some jazz now.
I was worried about that. You guys were hearing what Mary's watching. She's watching Unsolved Mysteries.
So if we hear a blood-curdling scream in the background, it's not Mary killing you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
What was the host's name for that show? Was it Robert Stack? Was that it?
I don't know, man.
I mean, those are old shows. That was on in the 90s, the late 90s, I think.
I don't know. I was never really much of a TV watcher. I mean, I watched all the sci-fi shows. Andromeda, Babylon 5, Star Trek. A lot of those I watched on disc, though.
Yeah, you watched the box sets and just binge them.
Yep. Like I have the Stargate and DS9 box sets, and I've gotten rid of so many DVDs just because of streaming stuff, but I kept those because I want those. I've also got, hey, there's Alder. Sorry missed you last week, sir.
I didn't have the comments on to see if anybody's talking.
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
Boom.
Look, I got some 3D printed burrows and badgers going on here, Alder.
Yeah, if you missed it, go back. He showed off all these things he printed. A whole tub.
Whole bunch of stuff. Until it's time to buy more from the Lovejoys. And for anybody that watches this video at a later date, even though I do tout Twisted all the time, I would like to point out that another quite superior independent game is Burrows and Badgers, if for nothing more than the miniatures. If nothing more than that.
Because they're fun to paint. And quick.
They are. They really are fun and quick.
Well,
and I don't have any more actual Burrows and Badgers minis to paint. So that's why I had to print them.
Quick for some of us, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have to print them. Well, maybe I did. I had to print them. It was very important. I'm not 100% sure why I even bothered to print the 54 millimeter Inquisitor stuff. It is highly, highly unlikely that I will ever play it.
Just to paint, right? Sometimes you get a model just to paint.
Yeah.
Because it looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm painting clowns. I have no intention of playing this game.
Oh, you should at least try it, though. You'll like it. Yes, Alder, I've been seeing everybody's pictures. I haven't been able to do any Kickstarters lately, and for the most part, I won't do any Kickstarters anymore, except for Drowned Earth, Twilight, and Burrows and Badgers. Those are probably the only ones I would do. And I was backing the last Twilight one, but some stuff came up and I just wasn't able to.
Ah, yeah, that one.
So yeah, because that was the riverboat one, and I
Yeah.
really liked that. I did. I really thought that was cool. But this is just how it goes sometimes, man.
I think I only have 2 outstanding Kickstarters. I'm waiting for the next Marvel United ones, the Chibis, but it's DC. Well, it's not Marvel, it's DC. So it's DC Chibis, and I'm waiting for the next Zombicide. It's like Marvel Zombies, but it's the deceased.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember you did that one.
So they weren't calling them zombies. I guess they wanted to kind of be different, but they're still zombies. They're undead.
Because that works.
Yeah. And I think one of them, I can't remember which one, is actually shipping right now. But it looks like, just based on the way the distribution is, I probably won't get it till August. A couple more weeks, but the West Coast is getting it right now.
Gotcha.
Because I think it's got to come over to the East Coast for all of us over here. I don't get it. Whatever. As long as I get it. All right, I think I'm done with him for now.
Oh, that's a good question, Alder. Anyone backing? This is not a test in the back room.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
I think I would if I could, but I just can't right now.
I mean, I might go in just for the book, but then again, the way Black Site does their stuff, everything's available later.
Yeah, that's very true. And I do like that Black Site, now that I have a printer, I do like that they sell the STLs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
In fact, I just recently bought one from them to use for a twisted sword. I don't want to really say, yeah, okay, it's a faction that I was kind of creating for myself. I'm sure some of you guys saw the tramp steamer that I was building with all the sailors and such. Well, I finally, took me forever to find. Let's see. Oh yeah, too expensive. Get to Australia. Yeah, get the PDF. Wow, still $50.
There we go.
But I bought. Basically, it's Rick O'Connelly and Evie from The Mummy.
Oh yeah.
That's basically what the models are, and they were perfect for my tramp steamer adventure captain.
Okay,
So that's what I did.
Since Alder brought it up.
Uh-oh, you're getting blamed, Alder. Getting blamed and you didn't even do anything.
I am going to take a look at it. And all you guys can take a look at it with me. So it looks like there's 28 days left to jump into their, they call it, it's a backroom pre-order event. Let's see. There's some videos in here. Just the book is $60. Okay. Includes a PDF. I see this game all the time at Adepticon too, and I always want to check it out, but I just never do. They have a tier 1 that's about $90. You get the rule book, PDF, card deck, tokens.
I've built a couple of war bands for it because I do have the rule book.
Okay. I don't know what they've changed. I don't know if anything's been changed other than it's just a new printing.
I'm not sure either. But I never played it. I did run through some of the mechanics on the table by myself with my gangs. And the gangs I made, I basically just, grabbed a bunch of guys that I had that fit the post-apocalyptic, weird, mutated.
Yeah, it looks like right here, the tier 2, basically the 2-player starter set, I guess you want to call it. It's like 176. You get the Lawman Warband and the Mutant Warband, and then you get all the other stuff, the card deck tokens. You get 2 bonus miniatures, it looks like. And then, of course, there's the all-in where you get some terrain and dice.
Well, I'll say this, too. I don't know how close they are, but Trailer Park Warlords of the Apocalypse is getting close as well to launching.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. They have a very unique system. Like, their initiative system is very unique.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. And it's definitely a con game. Okay, here you go. Alder's got an update there. The rules have been tweaked just a little bit. I like the rules too, Alder. But again, it's just not something I'm able to get to the table.
I want to see what the mutants look like, so I'm going to click on them. Oh my gosh, look at them.
Yeah, they look really cool. I keep getting pop-up threads, advertisements, and I'm like, man, those look really cool.
And then let's see, there's a lawman.
Now, one of the things that I do love about that game is the freedom to kind of use whatever models you want. So as cool as those models are, you don't have to use them.
Yeah.
Because it's fundamentally, even though there's models, we've talked about this, I think we did a whole show on this, is that it is miniatures agnostic. However, there are miniatures available now.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be publishing the original World's End publishing range of minis too. So you can get those later. And then, of course, they're making terrain and...
I would love to see Black Site do some terrain for Twisted, because they've already got such a great baseline in their Night Haven stuff. It'd probably be pretty simple to just tweak it a little bit and have some really appropriate stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those there's always so many games you want to try, but it's not enough time, not enough money. It's like you always, especially for the independents, it seems like you always have to get enough factions for, trying to convince somebody to play with you, not so much jump in, because that's a kind of a hard commitment to do. So it's always easier if you want to play it. You got to have everything.
Yep. True story.
All right. I said I was going to work on this guy. So let's get some blue. Is this the blue I want?
Let's get together and feel all right. Guess that doesn't really go with the jazz, huh? Well, I think this weekend, maybe this weekend, I'm going to start. I have the basement finished printing for the mansion. I've got it base coated and a wash on it. So it's time to start going in, dry brushing, and picking out a little bit of detail. Fortunately, the basement part of it's pretty easy. It's just stone. So there's not a whole lot that I'll have to do. Do some, green weathering, like some mold and stuff growing down there in the basement, sort of stuff. So I'm hopefully work on that a little bit.
Okay, what's
this weekend?
Let's use.
I'll get some good use out of that because it's a little too small for the 54 millimeter Inquisitor, but you could very realistically do, like, my son could come over and play Kill Team on it. You could do Burrows and Badgers on it.
You can do a lot on that.
Yeah, you do. It kind of fits pretty
Don't
well.
Look back.
What's that?
Don't look back.
Yeah. Oh, listen. There's a couple of guys in the. I don't know how the guy monitors it. I guess he sees if you've purchased it, but there's a Facebook group for the mansion itself, which incidentally, he just put out a whole new set of terrain matches the whole theme.
That's cool.
But there's been a couple of guys that have done the whole Scooby-Doo thing.
Yeah. I mean, you could even do the aliens in it if you wanted.
Yeah, you could. Do whatever you want.
Well, that's right. I almost forgot. They did do a Scooby Gang set. I have it, I think. It's a bad I think. I think it's one of those ones. It's one of those ones I kept looking at, and finally I just said, you know what? I'm just going to get this.
You said, who am I fooling?
Yeah. Why am I putting it off? Just get it and be done with it.
That's right.
It's probably downstairs in my Adepticon bag still.
Is that where you got it? Adepticon?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I've gotten so many of their sets there just because I don't have to pay shipping then, you know?
That's very true.
Now, next year is going to be interesting with Adepticon moving north.
Yeah.
It's the same distance for me. I'm just going north now into Milwaukee. It's actually just north of where the Milwaukee airport is.
And you were going east, right?
Southeast.
Southeast? Okay.
Yeah. So, like, basically west of O'Hare. But, yeah, I don't know which one would be better. I think the Milwaukee one's going to be easier straight shot. I've looked at the online stuff for this convention center. They just finished multi-million-dollar rehab. Oh my gosh, it is so beautiful.
Oh, I know. I remember when you first told me about it, I went and looked, and most of the pictures they still had were construction pictures.
Okay. Yeah, it's amazing looking. It reminds me, if you guys know Gen Con down in Indianapolis. It reminds me of their convention center, just how big it is and high ceilings and open and, you know, very good for all that nerd funk.
All that plastic crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably have to fumigate the place afterwards.
I mean, it's kind of in an area that Milwaukee's been revitalizing. It was an old industrial kind of area of the city. But since they renovated like the lakefront with Summerfest, where they have concerts for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay.
Part of the park district, they kind of expanded out onto that. And a lot of those old industrial buildings have been rehabbed as condos and studio apartments, and there's a lot of art galleries down there now, and just
So the whole area just kind of got a new facelift, got a new life.
Yeah, so it's really nice to see that doing that. Yeah, and being close to the airport, it's like for stuff like that, you fly in and then it's a 10-minute drive to your hotel or whatever, and yeah. And let me tell you, the Milwaukee airport is way better than O'Hare to get in and out of there. Okay, what else is blue on him? He's got stripings. I might come back and do that.
Well, is he a sad clown? Because if he's a sad clown, he'll need to be even more blue.
He's kind of chunky, actually. He's got a red shirt on.
I think you missed my joke.
No, I got it.
You just didn't think it was that good. All right, Alder, thanks for joining us, man. Sorry we missed you last week when you were off and could have joined us. But have a good day, sir. And,
last day of the week.
Enjoy your weekend. Yeah, enjoy your weekend. Future man.
Future man.
That's right. That's future man. The one and only future man.
All right, so I'm done with blue. I am going to put it over there. So trying to keep organized. That's part of my problem.
You know, the funny thing about these Burrows and Badgers miniatures is that I don't really care too much for painting fantasy miniatures anymore.
Yeah.
I did back in my Warhammer Fantasy Battle days.
It's kind of old, though.
Well, and I can handle a few for, say, like Mordheim.
Yeah.
Just a handful of minis. But these guys, I just love. These aren't even Burrows and Badgers minis, but the theme is consistent.
Maybe that's why I can't paint my zombies anymore. I've painted so many that I've kind of like, okay, what can I do that's different? They're zombies.
Yeah. Yeah, I painted my first edition Zombicide, all the zombies, and I don't even want to play a game with zombies anymore because then I might have to paint them. Although the ghasts for Burrows and Badgers,
yeah,
definitely, those are super cool. I missed that Kickstarter too.
Yeah. So I have.
Did you get some of those?
No, I never did either. I thought about it, but I held off.
Well, again, one of the nice things about those little guy Kickstarters, just like Black Site does, is it's not like there's something you can't get.
Yeah. Yep. So I got a box full of Warhammer ghosts that I never painted because I got big eyes and on shiny new plastic and bought a whole starter set.
That never happens to anyone that watches this show or anyone that watches any gaming podcast.
Man, I didn't even play Warhammer, and I still got that starter set because I was like, ooh.
I'm pretty good about that. Now, when I go into the game store, I get I get sucked into the cool stuff, but I'll pick up and look at the Warhammer stuff, but it doesn't really, not honestly, I'm not going to pull the trigger. It's just not going to happen.
There's those certain factions, my original factions that I like that still do it for me, though.
I will say, though, that Seth has been tickling the 40K love for the orcs as he's been painting his orcs. I'm not buying any, but I might print a couple and paint a couple up. Maybe paint up a kill team of orcs.
That's nice that, yeah, you can do it that way and not have to invest in a lot of them. Because even just getting a single one, like one of the character ones, I looked at some of the vampires. I was like, holy cow, for one mini?
Oh, well, he did the math, and there's only 2 people watching right now. I don't know if he's one of them, but he did the math, and I think he ends up saving $1,000 by having me do it.
Wow, that's crazy.
And mind you, that's him paying for the resin too. Like, I'm not paying; he buys the resin. Now, of course, in order to do that, you have to either have a 3D printer or have a friend that has a 3D printer, because I'm not charging him for any of it, because whatever resin is left over from what he buys, I use. You know, that's the trade-off.
Boy, if that was around when we were doing this back in the day, I would have saved so much money on vampire counts.
Are you kidding me, man? Do you know how many points my Night Lords would have been?
Oh my gosh.
And I had spent, listen, I invested a lot of time in my Night Lords. I mean, a lot of time. Every single model, and I do mean every single one, was customized. It might have only been a shoulder pad, but there was not a single model in that entire 8,000 points of Night Lords that was not customized.
Yeah, I started diving into 40K, but before I got too deep, I pulled out and just got rid of everything. I think the only thing I saved maybe one or two models I painted, and that was it. A Terminator, and I think some of the Tyranids, and that was it. You know, I'm thinking about it. I think I did sell 2 of them now. I should have kept them. Oh well.
I've got a couple of Tyranid models just because they're cool. And I've got a few Space Marines kicking around and stuff like that, but nothing significant. I've got Space Marines primarily for Necromunda and any sort of kill team. I actually missed a post from my son like a week ago in our little chat group. He asked if anybody wanted to play Kill Team. And while I'm not a big fan of Kill Team, I hadn't played anything in a while. And if I had seen it, I'd have been like, yes, please, thank you. But I missed the post, unfortunately. That happens.
Okay. Let's see. I think that's a shirt there. I don't know.
I have some Adeptus Mechanicus as well.
That faction always intrigued me. Kind of remind me of very steampunk almost.
Yeah.
In a way.
I was I was very, I don't want to say traditional, but I liked the older factions. I liked the Space Marines and the Imperial Guard and the Orcs. You know, I really liked those.
I like the Battle Sisters too, but I can never find them. So
yeah,
got 1 or 2, and that's it.
Well, my son Nate has a whole Sisters of Battle army. And if I don't know, I know he hasn't played 40K in a while either, but if he ever wanted to, and now that I have a printer, he could really buff out that army now, because there's some pretty sweet sculpts out there for the Sisters of Battle now, because they never really got, even though they did get some new models, they never really got the kind of love that some of the other factions got.
Yeah, and they were always popular too. So
yeah, it was really weird. Everybody wanted them. I had some. I had some of the old metal ones back when they first came out.
Let's see. I don't know what color his shoes should be.
Pink.
See, he's got red, he's got yellow and blue, so he's very primary.
Pink.
Pink? I ain't doing pink.
Come on now. I've been saying pink for 4 years, and now you finally have something that pink will work on.
I got way too much red in my palette here too. Shoot.
Well, when you get to Tweedledee and Tweedledee,
yeah,
then you can do pink.
Tweedledee and Tweedledee.
Then you can definitely do pink.
I'm gonna have to look at The Shining and see what color the dresses the 2 twins were wearing.
Powder blue.
And was it? Okay.
Pretty sure. I wouldn't bet money on it unless it was the kind that jingles.
Play with me.
But I'm pretty sure they were powder blue.
I'll do a little touching up here. weird. It's like the paint separated from the model a little bit here and there. That's weird.
Is it
maybe it's not primed good or something?
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen that happen before with the mold release still on the resin.
Yeah. Or it's just an area that my fat finger touched.
Also possible.
I can put some on Spidey here. Let's see a couple there. There.
So I printed off the solo rules for burrows and badgers again. Eric and I were talking about this the other night. I'm just not a big solo player, but in order to get some of these games on the table, I'm going to have to bite the bullet. Now, I have played burrows and badgers solo before, and it was pretty good. Wasn't bad. I messed up a few rules, but by and large, it was very good. Well, I mean, except for the fact that I roll the way I do, it was a good experience. I think that was the video that I posted after I had been saying that I don't roll well, where everybody commented and said, okay, I thought you were lying, but you're not. Thought I was just saying the thing that we all say. Oh, I can't roll. Nope, I'm not just saying it.
I think it was this one.
I gotta say, I really like this tray system that I built today, because I've got all the drawers out and I don't have to have everything scattered all over my work area. I am liking that.
Barney, if you knock down my lamp, you're going to be in trouble.
Oh, don't be mad at the dog.
He's like, kind of, I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's getting a cord wrapped around him, and I can just see disaster happening.
Well,
he's being a blockhead.
He's just trying to come in and see you, that's all.
Yeah. He's needy enough. I can see him from over there. Where is he? Now what are you doing? I don't know what he's doing. He like walks up on stuff and he just sits there and he stares at it. It's like, I don't know what he's doing. Are you looking at Ghost or something?
All right, here, I'm going to share this. So this is a picture from the new Stormcrow Kickstarter that just ran. That's one of the pieces in the new set.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh. That is epic, dude. I love that. That's awesome. So that guy, that just popped up in my Facebook feed.
I like that you can keep getting stuff and just keep adding. And eventually just make it how you want and change things up. And
well, they're not really modular.
Barney, come on, dude.
Oh, man. Don't be hating on Barney.
Okay, go. Go. he had the thing wrapped around his like neck. I just saw it happening. Like if I didn't stop him, I would have had a lamp right here.
Well, he trying to let you know he's there.
Oh, I can smell him.
Well,
stinky dog.
You hurt his feelings, man.
That's okay. I'll make it up. I'll give him a treat. He'll be happy then.
Maybe that's why he did the whole thing.
Right, yeah, you know what? You're probably not.
He's like,
wrong.
let me go in here and bug Dad just enough. Just enough. That's what it was. That's what it was. All right, don't anybody look at me using my apple barrel paint here now. I know you real painters out there are gonna have a heart attack. I'm using apple barrel on my miniatures.
You use what you gotta use. Okay, this is I'm having a hard time figuring out what's what. He's got a lot going on.
You got the picture handy?
No, it's not the greatest picture. For the other guy, I went online and just tried to find what other people did just so I could see what was what. It's like the pictures show only so much, from like waist up, and
That's true.
so
I mean, that's good and bad.
yeah.
It's good because it leaves it all to your own imagination. And
I mean, the more I'm getting paint on there, it's like, okay, I see what's going on.
okay, look, Eric, you be proud of me. Look, I finally am trying a different glue.
Hey, where did I put mine? That's what I got.
I know. I'm finally trying a different glue.
I like that stuff.
So far, so good. I got the gel and the regular because
I don't like the gel.
Well, I like gel glue.
Yeah.
For certain things.
Yeah, it's good for like terrain building, I think.
But I was like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and try it, and we'll see what happens.
You know what I broke down and got? I finally, after 20 years,
Did you get accelerator?
I broke down and got some Instaset. Yep. Because I got tired of holding this stuff. I don't know if I need a new glue. I have some of that Gorilla Glue downstairs that I just haven't switched to yet.
Yeah.
I think I need to.
I got to get his knee pads. So my only gripe, and it's not really a gripe because I changed it in my own game, on burros and badgers, since that's what I'm painting tonight, is that the small animals are on the same size base as the medium animals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're on 30s. So everything, it's 30s, 40s, and 50s. And everything, or the vast majority of stuff, is on 30s. So I went ahead and just put my little guys that are small, I put them on 25s. Just because I felt like with the small ones, especially because of the way the sculpts are small, I felt like the base was just swallowing them up.
Yeah.
It was just too big for them, in my opinion. So the only bad part about this whole new paint system I have is I don't know where I have everything yet. I got lucky though. My Agrax was the second color I grabbed.
I used mine the other day when I threw on a wash on these guys.
Uh-huh.
I had to look for it for a minute because I couldn't remember if it was up here or downstairs. Because, I put a wash on him.
Never have your Agrax too far away.
He focuses. There we go. This is the guy that I worked on last time.
Yep.
This guy I'm working on now is I always found this weird with clowns. I'm painting him like some skin tones on him, normal skin tones. And I remember growing up when you see a clown and you can see their normal skin color, I thought it was weird. So this is gonna look weird because he's still gonna have his painted face, but you can see the skin tone of his arms.
Well, that's okay.
He's just a regular dude.
Or is he?
Is he like Pennywise?
Maybe. The 3D sculptor that I got most of these animal sculpts from, he has some pretty hilarious stuff.
Where'd you find those again at?
It was on my mini factory. A guy named Goonhammer.
Goonhammer.
Goonhammer is the name, and he's got some pretty funny stuff. Like if there was no hobby budget, I'd probably just have bought everything that he had, because there was a bunch of really, really appropriate stuff. And I don't know if his intention was burros and badgers, or if it was just, I don't know when I noticed it, but it's been a couple of years ago when the whole anthropomorphic animals as player characters in D&D really hit.
Yeah. Well, there were some board games like that too, like Mouse and Mystics, I think it was.
Yeah.
That got popular for a while, where you're playing mice, and I think there were some other ones too. I think people just ran with it.
Yeah, because there's also the whole, they did the animal sidekicks.
Yep. That's
because
right.
one of the guys that I follow on, or I've purchased from before, Legend Games, on my mini factory, he all the time, is shooting out like a little free model. And it'll just be something small. It might be a treasure chest or a ship wheel, something real simple, but it's free, so that's good. And he put out a couple of companion animals, and I printed the dog and the cat. I haven't painted them or done anything with them, but I thought they were kind of cool, so I printed them. Why, you ask? Because I have a printer. That is why. There's no other profound reason to it. All right, Chief. Well, we're at about an hour.
Are we? Okay.
We are.
Let me paint I can do this later. But
you can do what you're doing. I'm just moving some stuff around. I got to put some paint back.
Yeah, let me go big to show what I did tonight. So.
Oh yeah, I like that dude, man. You know what? That flesh. That actually really, I like how that complements it.
His face is going to be white face, but he's got I was just getting ready to paint his red nose, and he's got some red lips, and then he's got blue around his eyebrows. So it's a weird contrast. He still has the clown face.
Yeah, but I like that. I do. I really like that.
And then his vest, this yellow vest, has some blue stripes on it I got to do yet, and some blue buttons.
Blue buttons.
But yeah, and then the gun, the contrast, it is like his bow tie is going to be like a green. Well, the gun's green too, so it complements that. But yeah, there's him, and I'll show him off again.
Turn that light off.
But he needs dry brushing, but he looks pretty gruesome.
Yeah, he looks good too.
With his Hannibal Lecter mask on. But yeah, these ones will be next for priming. I think what I'm going to do is I'll finish these ones before I do these. I have a couple more still. I think I got 3 more to do. Another Harlequin one that kind of looks like Harley Quinn, and then there's one that's got like big old spider like appendages, and then I think there's another one that has a gun similar to this one guy. Let me do that. Let me come over here, add that. All right. Let me do this. Doop.
All right. Yeah.
Well,
anyway, thanks for joining us for another hobby night, guys. We are going to sign off for tonight, and you can be on the lookout. We'll probably be a little bit less consistent than we have been for topics,
and we might be doing more hobby nights like this,
right, to fill in those gaps as we kind of reevaluate format.
And I think something we'd like to do is, because we do it a lot, we invite you guys. I mean, if you guys are, want to come on and paint, just let us know by all means. Just hang out, because this is kind of like us going back to the original days when we first started this, and we were just hanging out. Nothing specific.
And we're talking about maybe trying to get some more battle reports, maybe some crafting videos, maybe some more stuff like that up here. Obviously, schedules are what they are, but anyway, we're just talking about formatting. So be on the lookout for that stuff. But in the meantime, thanks for joining us on Thursday night. We appreciate you guys checking in, even if you're signing on afterwards, as we attempt to solve all the world's gaming problems one game at a time. Not sure we've solved a single one, but we're going to continue to try. Don't forget to smash all of the necessary buttons to do all of the cool things on all of the social media platforms, because there's some mysterious way that the algorithm works that no one knows. Join us every Thursday night for shorts and or hobby
something
night,
like this. Yeah.
Something like this. Fastest 30-ish minutes in wargaming. Also, check us out on all the podcast channels. We've got our stuff out there streaming to that. So if you want to go check some of that out, lots of stories out there, audio stories that we've done. You can also check us out on our Facebook and YouTube and all of those regular platforms. X, because we finally changed it from Twitter to X. Barney's getting in on the action there too.
Like that.
Barney did not like X. That's okay. I'm not on X. But also check us out on Discord. That's where we post a lot of pictures. You can actually see some of my Burrows and Badgers stuff that I posted over there. That was kind of fun to do. Check us out on Discord. You can also check us out on Redbubble if you want any merch. Eric's always decked out as our advertising guy in the necessary merchandise for Indie Invasion. So once again, guys, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate that you take time out of your day to hop in with us, and be on the lookout also for some more upcoming information on Twisted. We'll try to get a date set up with Derek where we can kind of pick his brain. So if you have any questions about what direction and stuff you want to know with that about Twisted, you can throw them up in the Twisted Discord and I'll see them, tag me, or in the Indie Invasion Discord. Also, you'll be able to tag me in that one as well. So until next time, guys, don't forget to prepare yourself for the invasion.